Welcome to the first in a series of videos on cybersecurity. My name's Gareth Thomas, and these videos are designed to give you the essentials of cyber know-how. But you should always seek professional support for your organization. In this series, we'll look at phishing, passwords, and handling data. But for now, let's think about how cyber might affect your organization. I'm guessing that you've probably received an email like this, or received a text message like this one, or seen a scam on social media. It's ridiculously common, and it is the tip of the cyber criminal iceberg. Across the world, criminals have moved online where it's harder to be caught, where they can target thousands of victims at a time, and the rewards are massive. In 2018, the finance industry fraud systems stopped more than 1.6 billion of unauthorized fraud. But despite this, criminals successfully stole 1.2 billion through fraud and scams. Each year, businesses, charities, and individuals are targeted by online criminals who look to steal money, data, or extort them. And where this has been successful, organizations have been totally wiped out. Do a simple search online for cyber attacks on companies and you'll see hundreds of results. Huge companies like Equifax, Maersk, Saudi Aramco, Travelex, and British Airways have had their operations seriously disrupted. More than 6 out of 10 organisations, including those across the non-profit, business and public sectors, have suffered one or more cyber attacks in the last year, according to a recent report on organisations across the UK, US and Europe. It found that 61% have experienced a cyber incident in the last year. The average loss is £291,000, and that's up compared with £180,000 last year. But it's not just big business in the firing line. As an example, one UK charity lost £13,000 after the email account of its CEO was hacked. Now, whether it be that sensitive data has been stolen or IT systems crippled, cyber criminals have no compassion when it comes to charities and would happily steal your donor list in order to exploit every single person on it. We need to take action, and that's what we're here to help you do today. It's hard to know where to start. Cybersecurity is seemingly complex, and there are lots of things you can do to keep your organization safe, but there are small steps that you can take along the way. If you only have 5 minutes, then the first thing you can do is create a great password for your email. Your email account is the skeleton key to your online life, as it can be used to reset all of your other accounts. So keeping it safe is critical. Take 3 random words and put them together with some numbers and characters, and never use that password anywhere else. Oh, and don't share it. The second thing to do is update your devices. Manufacturers constantly become aware of security holes in their products and send out updates to fix them. If your computer or your phone is not up to date with these fixes, your device will be vulnerable. Go into the settings on your phone or press the Windows or Command key on your computer and then search Updates. This should get you to the right menus. If you're flushed with a whole hour, there's a bit more you can do. Firstly, watch the rest of these videos. They will take you a long way to better online safety. Secondly, password managers are the apps that can safely store your passwords all in one place. They will enter the passwords for you so that you don't have to remember them. And that means every password can be strong and unique. In fact, the password manager can even suggest one for you. Both Google and Apple have one built in free in their devices, as well as most browsers, and you can also buy commercial versions too. Take a look on your browser or search for password managers on your phone. Finally, in your hour, set up two-factor authentication. I'll explain about two-factor authentication in detail in the passwords video, but all I'll say now is get it set up. It's easy to do and it will go a very long way to keeping your online world safe. In half a day, you could be doing all of the things I just mentioned, plus a lot more. Reading the advice from the NCSC will give you a great insight into all sorts of threats that might affect you and how you can minimize them for your organization. Also, do a backup of your key files and assets and keep it in an offline safe place, like encrypted on a drive and kept in a safe. We've seen organizations that have suffered a cyber attack and have no options because they have no backups. There's no one easy way to describe all the ways to do this in this short video, so you may need to speak to your IT support. But on your phone or computer, you can search the settings for backup. Finally, phishing is used in 90% of all cyber attacks. It's the go-to method for criminals. They look for targets online using social media and professional networking sites and will choose targets based on their seniority and their privilege. Take the time to work through your social media platforms and make sure your personal profile is private or friends only. If you need a profile that's public, create a separate work account. Your personal one can then be made private, whilst your work one should avoid mentioning too much detail that criminals might use against you. Some cyber-savvy users also plant dummy information in their public profile that will be a red flag if they see it come back in an email. The good news is that the government's National Cybersecurity Centre has excellent, up-to-date advice and guidance for all sizes of organisation. So take a look at ncsc.gov.uk. If you'd like to read about the information in this video, take a look at the accompanying fact sheet. That's all for now. See you in the next video.